looking at a little bit of... Ooh, 370... What? Now, there we go. It's going about a megasecond, so hopefully this Spark on the Beach live stream with Chris.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. Is going to be amazing!
How many live streams in the beach do you have?
I don't actually think I've live streamed from the beach before.
Awesome.
I think this is a first, but to be fair, I often get drunk when I'm on the beach, and I don't always remember my live streams.
So it's a good thing that it's in the morning.
Yes, because that definitely means that I'm sober. Did you know they let you mix your own mimosas? Or sort of. They did, and then they started saying some things to me in Spanish.
And they were like, let's go to the live streaming.
Yeah, it seemed like an excellent time to start the live stream 11 minutes late. Okay, on that note, I'm going to check and see if this is actually streaming, or if we're just talking to ourselves, both of which are fun. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, yeah, no, looks like we're good. And we have, there we go. So, there's going to be a bit of a delay. And since it's the code review live stream, I tend to not get a lot of people actively involved. But strangely enough, people do still watch it. I hope you find it interesting, and I hope I can trick some of you into reviewing code, either on your own or with me, because, fuck, there are like over... Oh, god damn it. I got my performance review last week, and one of the informal pieces of advice I received was to be more careful in my communication. So, where was I? Anyways, so one of the things that I would love is that if I can trick more of you into reviewing open source code. We have over 400 or 500 open pull requests, and there's just no way that Gris and I can do that while maintaining our beach-centric lifestyles. Or realistically, I spend all my time in an airplane, and you have a puppy, which is way more important than any of this shit. Okay, I'm gonna press Alt-Tab here really quickly. Yeah, I do not want to live stream my email. Okay, cool. There we go. Now, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go over and we're gonna look at the Spark PR dashboard. It's a little hard to read, so I'm gonna put on my sunglasses to make it really hard to read. I think there's a brightness button. Ooh.
Somewhat.
Okay, it's a little better, right? So what we can see here is that it's loading the PRs. Turns out it takes a while to load the PRs. Well, so anyway, excellent, good. And so we actually have a talk in a few hours, which is very exciting. And if you happen to be in Puerto Vallarta?
Puerto Vallarta?
In Mexico, you should definitely come join us at our talk at noon at the Sunscape Resort.
Yes.
Which incidentally does include liquor. Okay, let's go find. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do, and this is also going to take a while again, is I'm going to sign in, because one of the things which I'm trying to get better at, and I'm not always great, is following up on the PRs that I reviewed previously, so that there can be some continuity, but also because I found that the times when I'm happiest is when I get to merge code that I've previously reviewed, and the only way to do that is to really follow up on my previous reviews. So we can see here, this is a list of all of the PRs that I've commented on, sorted by the time they were updated. And so, all of my Spark PRs. This is really useful because my GitHub notifications are pretty much just garbage. So this one doesn't pass Jenkins, but let's go take a look at that. Yeah, we can take a look at this one too. This one we have an active discussion on the mailing list about what we want to do here, so I think we'll save that for another time, and I actually have to follow up on that some more. This thing isn't going anywhere. This thing, I suspect the last update, since it shows 7 days ago, was me leaving a comment, but I really want this to be fixed, so I'm going to hold out hope that they just happen to respond on the same day I left a comment.
Okay.
But stranger things have happened, right? Same thing with this one. And okay. So this one, it doesn't merge, and it needs permission to run in CI. So we can definitely give it permission to run in CI. Okay, cool. Let's go through these, and then we'll hopefully go through these quickly enough that we can go look at a real PR, and then that'll be good. Okay, so let's go and find this thing. Okay, so I'm gonna take off my glasses because they look cooler if I can use those. Okay, so this. Oh yeah, this one. Okay, so you've mostly worked in Beam, so you probably haven't played with Spark ML.
Yeah, not yet.
But one of the things that it does is it adds metadata for so do you know string indexing for ML pipelines?
I'm not familiar with that.
Okay, so string indexing is just one of the examples. There's other cases where you use it, but it's the idea where a lot of ML algorithms make the assumption that labels might only be numeric, right? But we might have, for example, string labels, and we don't want to do a hashing function because you might get a collision, and getting a collision on your labels would be bad. And so what you do is you look at all of the different labels for strings, and then you map each one to a distinct number, right? Okay. And then that's good. And then you can do your predictions. You do your training with that, and then when you do your predictions, the problem is you get out numbers.
You need to turn back to the string label?
Yeah. And so you can either, if you kept your string indexer around, it knows what its mapping was. But the other thing that we could do is we could put some metadata so that, it could be reversed without having to go back to your string indexer. And so one of the things here is a classification model isn't adding the metadata that it's supposed to.
Cool. Okay, so I got it.
So that's... this isn't great. We'll add test case soon. Okay. So that might have been my most recent comment. Let's scroll down to the bottom, though, and see. Ooh. Okay, yeah, no one's working on this. Okay, still think this is important, but you're not working on it. Yambo, would you be okay closing it so someone else can take this over? And so that's just the original PR author is busy doing other stuff, and that's totally fine. But this is important, and there's this thing where you don't normally take over someone else's work unless they're nah, fuck it. God.
Forget about it.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. So we'll just ask them if they're really done with this, if they could just tell us, and that would be great. And then someone else will hopefully come on and take this over. And
so what did you do if they didn't reply? Is there can people just come and work in that?
Yeah. So generally speaking, it's polite to give someone a week.
Okay.
And so if they don't reply, and I've given them 2 weeks already, I tend to be a little more if I wanted to do this myself, I would take it over at this point. But since I don't really I want someone to do this, but I don't want to do this, I will wait another week, and then I'll go and try and find someone who's interested in taking this task over. Because there's a bunch of people who occasionally ask me about things they could do to get started in Spark, and this would be a really reasonable thing to do because you have an implementation. You just need to update it and add a test, right? And so that's not too bad. Yeah. And I think it could be a great starter issue for someone. Cool. So that one's good. Let's go take a look at this other PR of misplaced optimism. Okay, this one, I'm just going to scroll to the bottom and make sure that nothing actually has happened. Fuck. It was actually worked on. Damn it. Okay, so then I do have to explain what this PR is about. So there's some really cool things here where we've made it so it's a lot less expensive to get data between the JVM and Python, which is the thing that they're working on in Beam right now with gRPC, but we are using different technology to accomplish the same tasks. And apparently, out-of-order record batches improve performance. That seems reasonable. I think it's really... because what happens right now is that when someone wants to, so if you've got your data set filtered down to something small enough that it's reasonable to bring back to a single machine, you might call two pandas on it. And then right now, what happens is we wait for the data to be finished, but we wait for the partitions to be in order. But, data isn't always computed in order, right? So we could get back different partitions in different orders, and so with some stuff, we could make this go a little bit faster. And so this is good and exciting, and Brian is my former coworker at IBM. I think he's still there. I need to look into how long my, anyways. Yes, let's not go. I don't know why it's showing outdated comments. That's kind of nice, but yeah. So let's see here. So he says, I changed the arrow stream serializer to not have any state. Complicated things. Okay. Different levels of partition numbers to be a bit more sure partitions wouldn't end up. Okay. I got you. So I asked him if he thought about doing a loop to test all of the different variations, and he said no. I just hard coded this out of order test, and so that's reasonable because doing a loop would probably be pretty slow because there's a lot of different variations.
Okay. So the loop was to ensure that the partitions were in common order? So you will ensure...
Let's go take a look at the test together.
Okay.
And we can... oh man, someone's smoking. But not marijuana. It's such a different smell. It's really weird. Okay, sorry. So, what it does is so this is the... okay. So he wrote a list of partitions with different orders?
Yep. This one's?
Yeah. Okay. Sure. What's the middle frame? Okay, so this is... I don't see numparts max records. I don't see where it's going to be out of order, though, for sure. I think I'm missing something.
That doesn't...
Yeah, this just gives us... So, okay. Run test.
The data frame.
Takes the number of records, a number of partitions, and a maximum number of records. But there's no guarantee that this will be out of order. I'm gonna leave a comment here, which is I don't see how we're guaranteeing out of order from the JVM. Could we delay on one of the early partitions to guarantee out of order? Okay, as we can see, my spelling is garbage, but thank small gods for the in-browser spell checker. I think we're the only people on the beach with a laptop out working on GitHub.
And everybody's like, what are they doing?
We're just really serious business professionals.
We put work first.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely, at least until the bar opens. Although, actually, technically, I guess the...
Mimosas were the bar open.
Yeah, okay. So we put work first, even past the bar opening, like true professionals.
True professionals.
Okay, so that's good. And we technically left a useful-ish comment on that one, so we're going to count that as something we did. Okay, this one's a giant dumpster fire. Or not dumpster fire. What's that expression that says, like...
It's catching up on fire?
Yeah. Okay. This is hard. I don't know. Whatever. I'll get back to this one. It's not a lot of fun, and I'm in Mexico. Where did this leave off? 7 days ago. I am on it. Okay, cool. So, the subtle, polite way, which
We're
communicating carefully. Awesome. Thanks. Let me know if I can help. And it's just the like, hey, I like that you're working on this. Let me know if I can help. Because in all honesty, like, I want to get this in. This fixes how we represent rows in the REPL, which would be really nice. Because, like, yeah, it's right now not great. This thing's probably not going anywhere. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. Okay. Yeah. Cool. It's depressing. Yeah, so you can see some of these PRs are from like 2 years ago.
Oh wow.
October 14th, 2016.
Oh wow.
Party time. Coincidentally, they don't merge anymore. Yeah. Okay. Gentle ping. Are you still interested in this? Because this could also be another thing which might make sense for someone else to take over and finish. Especially because we now have a way to give credit to multiple authors. So,
How
like...
do you do it?
Oh, actually, yeah. Let's. So DB did it. Let's go take a look at the Git log. So down here where it says authored by, right? So this was authored by this person. This was signed off by this person.
Mm-hmm.
But if we had multiple people contributing to it, the authored by would just have many lists right there. And so, like, if it was a joint effort between two people, then we could just list both people there, and then your employer and your own effort can be recognized even if you didn't, finish it, because, like...
The Spark community considers that to, like, give committership and, like, recognize community members?
Totally. I think you'd be more likely to... So for committership, like, for people who do a lot of code contributions, it's more valuable in terms of the committee, I think, and I'm not, like, 100% sure. Even though I serve on the committee, I don't read a lot of the emails. Just kidding. I read all of them. But the person who carries it over the final line for that part, because the idea with committers is that you're the person who knows when it's ready to merge. Mm-hmm. And so if you're the person who's like, this is really close, these are the 6 things that need to get fixed, like, that's what they're looking for in the code-focused committers.
I see.
But we recently added, and it took us way too long to do this, a committer who hasn't really written a lot of code inside of the Spark codebase themselves, and I'm really glad we did, because he's done amazing work for the project. He's been doing a lot of the CI work, and so making it so that we have a reliable testing infrastructure. And even though we don't necessarily expect him to, like, use his commit bit to expect a lot of code, to commit a lot of code, if he does, that's awesome. It's like also the recognition that he provides valuable work to the community, and we trust his judgment.
I ask these questions because we work on open source strategy, and we discuss a lot of the best practices in which communities should recognize contribution, and this is very interesting to see that you can identify different people contributing to a PR or to, like, code merges, and this is pretty good. So
this came out of we merged some code for Spark Kubernetes support, and it was really frustrating because lots of people had worked on the individual PRs that we merged, but it only really listed one person at the time.
The author?
Yeah, or the most significant author, right? And we didn't recognize that, and those ones were truly team efforts, right? Like, it wasn't it wasn't just like 2 people, it was often like 4 or 5 people working together on a thing, and it's really hard to just, like, give one person all of the credit, even if, like, we know what gets written down is what people remember, right? Like, I don't remember last year.
So do you know of other projects that look at the Git logs to do this?
Yeah, So I know that DBSci, or I believe DBSci got this idea from another project. And so DB it shows signed off by DB. He's actually the person that added this functionality to our merge script.
Okay.
And if you want, like, we can set up a conversation with him. He's a really sweet guy.
That would be great.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's do that. He's
because
done at
we're
Apple.
going to be working in other Apache projects that can benefit from this. And
Yeah.
I really like that you can see, like multiple people.
Yeah. I think it's a really. I'm happy we added that functionality. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. So this one I don't think went anywhere. We'll just double check. Yeah. Well, whatever. Jenkins, okay to test. This probably isn't going anywhere, but there's no reason not to run it through CI, just in case someone else wants to take it over. Okay, so those are the PRs that I've looked at in the last period of time. So now we're going to look at new things that I haven't looked at. We're going to go... You're interested more in Python, and I care a lot about Python. So we'll look at Python, and we'll see if there's things in here. Ooh.
Oh.
This looks important.
Well, that one, yeah, that's what I look at.
Okay, it's failing tests right now, but this is exciting. Removing all deprecated things. Let's do this one, and we can save. This one's also important, but I kind of want to go stick my toe in the ocean at the very least. So let's do this one instead, and we'll come back to the other one later. And Sean Owen's a really lovely person. And actually, if you want to talk to people about open source projects in the ASF, he's worked on a whole bunch of different things in the Hadoop ecosystem, and he's really, really very sweet. Busy, of course, but really sweet. Okay, so this is what he's done in this PR, and that is a lot of things to remove. Oh god, some of these things are going to hurt, because I maintain a testing library. Oh my god! I can finally stop maintaining the testing library for 1.0.
Because that?
Well, yeah, I mean, if Spark 3 comes out, I can legitimately just maintain the testing library for 2 and 3. I don't have to do 1, 2, and 3. I can just do 2 and 3. Because, maintaining it for 1 just makes me really depressed. Or not depressed, sorry. Does not bring me the happiness and joy that I look for in the rest of my work.
Very well said.
Okay, and so the idea was he took out a whole bunch of code, and if the existing test still passed, that was good enough. Notably, the existing test did not pass. But that's okay. Yes. So it fails unit tests. That's not a great sign. Yes. So let's go and take a look at this. We can take a look at the test failure and see if we can provide any guidance about that. Because while Sean Owen has worked on the Spark project for a long time, I've worked on PySpark probably a little more than he has, so I might be able to give some help. Okay, so this looks legit, kind of. I don't know. This is touching R. Ooh. Okay. Okay, so we... What?
We received information.
Oh, about that spa.
Yep.
Yeah, girl. Wait, I think this is a different spa. Or is it the same spa?
It's the same
I
spa.
don't know. Okay. We're clearly working very hard. Don't worry, not too many people are actually watching, so we're good. And as far as I know, my boss has never watched any of these. Okay, so this all looks reasonable, right? We just replaced the naming of one thing with another name. Degrees, same thing. We replaced 2 degrees with a function called degrees. Is that since 2.10? Is that really true? Wait, what? Okay, let me scroll up. I want to look at a thing. So wait. I'm gonna scroll down here, and I'm gonna. So Yeah. I'm confused about the since annotation here. Where was the degrees implementation in 2.10? Okay, so, right, because like this says that this has been implemented since 2.10, but that's a strange thing to have in a since annotation for something that's targeting Spark 3. So I want to go look at the Spark R documentation really quickly.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's do that. And then if we do that, we've commented on the PR and technically provided feedback. And I think I can go to the beach, right? Or we'll go find the... Okay, API documentation R.
How heavily uses Spark R?
That's a great question that I'll answer when we're not on camera.
Okay.
No, so more seriously, I'm not really sure. And it's kind of complicated. Yeah. How do I... So the problem is there's Spark R and there's Sparkly R. And I think a lot of people use Sparkly R rather than Spark R. But Sparkly R is based on some of Spark R. So it's like... maybe not used a lot directly, but it's used as the foundation for something that is used a lot.
Okay.
When I look at I don't see the degrees function. Just 2 degrees. Okay. So that's like, and I mean, this is R, and I don't really know R that well. It's possible that there's like some weird magic thing that we're doing behind the scenes here. Yeah, okay, so a similar comment with degrees. We'll double check that radians function as well. It's also probably not implemented. Radians, yeah, okay. It's just not implemented as far as I can tell. So that's just weird. We'll just go ahead. And so we'll stop commenting on the R part, because there's either something that I don't understand or, you know, yeah, whatever. Okay. Okay, cool. So, this, we're going to be replaced in Spark 2. Okay. Or were deprecated in Spark 2. Oh, we got rid of the cumulable info thing. Okay. Okay, this is all Scala code, which is legit, but let's go take a look at the Python stuff. Okay. Okay. That looks reasonable. Right? These are all just like, it used to do one of 2 things, and now we only do one thing. And that's pretty reasonable. So yeah. Yeah, okay. It looks fine. Let's go find the Python test that was failing. That might be fun. Okay. It's going to be console output. Oh, that doesn't look great. I was really hoping this was going to be a simple Python failure. It does not look like it's going to be a simple Python failure. Okay. Where's the failure? Okay, C logs. Cool. What failed? Module object has no attribute approx count distinct. Oh. Okay. Well, that's a thing. So we can just leave a note on the test failure. Okay. I do want to leave like a... Yeah. Looks like the removal of this is causing the test failure. Maybe do a grep for... tests. Okay, cool. I mean, probably not super useful. Ooh. Oh, god damn it. This is inconvenient. So we changed how we store some stuff. It's not overly important. Yeah, actually, let's go here. CC at MLNick. I know... this was a thing on your radar in some way. For data frames, for data frame caching, maybe? Do we actually want to remove this for 3+? And so this is just like, I remember this other person who also works on the project had something that they cared about here, so we'll just make sure they're looped in. And, okay. Honestly, this looks pretty great, and it's beach time. Yeah, okay, cool. So, I think we're good. Awesome.
Cool.
Thanks for doing this pre-Spark 3 cleanup. Work. Alright. So that's pretty great. Do we want to switch back to the, talking screen where we tell people things? Cool. So, thank you all for joining us. No one had any comments on YouTube. I forgot to check Twitch. If you had comments on Twitch, I'm really sorry. Just email me, holden@pigscanfly.ca, and I'll get back to you. We both work at Google. They pay us money, and if you're considering a cloud provider or whatever it is we sell, please buy several clouds. They somehow indirectly pay for my salary, and I like that. And they also pay for my expense reports. Although perhaps not after my boss sees this video. Okay. And so this is maybe a good time for us to wrap up so that people can sell us things randomly on the beach.
Yes.
So thank you all for joining us this wonderful morning.
Yeah.
Morning. It's Friday, right?
Right, it's Friday.
Okay. Thank you all for joining us this beautiful Friday morning. And if you are in Puerto Vallarta, I really hope you do come join us at noon. I think we might actually be starting at 11:30. Is that misplaced optimism?
Yes.
Okay. It's scheduled for 11:30, but I'm told we're actually going to start at noon. But, I'm going to be there at 11:30, and if you want to, come hang out with Stressed Out Holden right before she gives a talk, come by at 11:30.
Ish.
Okay.
Okay.
Ish. Bye, everyone.
Beach time.
Buy things from our employer. Have a lovely day.